past 3 weeks, we've been tracking one of the most significant escalations in India-Pakistan relations in recent memory. A chapter that began with the heinous terror attack in Pahalgam has now reached what appears for now to be a pause. On the evening of 10th May, India and Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire following an official communications between the two DGMOs. But this is not a resolution. It is a moment of caution and recalibration. In this video, we break down what just happened, how India responded across land, air and sea, and what the ceasefire really means. And of course, as always, we end with a reflection from ancient Indian wisdom, because strategy, restraint, and strength are eternal truths. The Indian Armed Forces launched Operation Sindoor not in haste, but with surgical precision. The operation targeted 9 confirmed terror hubs in Pakistan-occupied Kashmir and deep inside Pakistan's Punjab province, including Murudke, the headquarters of Lashkar-e-Taiba. What followed was a coordinated tri-service military campaign. The army struck across the line of control. The Air Force hit Bhavalpur, Chaklala, and Sargodha with precision air-to-surface munitions, deliberately avoiding civilian, and the Navy forward deployed in the Arabian Sea, effectively neutralizing Pakistan's maritime posturing. This was a hard-hitting but calibrated message. India will not tolerate terrorism as a state policy. Pakistan retaliated with drone swarms, loitering munitions, and short-range missiles like Fateh-1 from Jammu to Sirsa. More than 26 locations were targeted. But here's the difference. India's air defense grid held firm. Not a single strategic target was compromised. The integration of S-400s, Akash batteries, DRDO's anti-drone tech, and even sniper response teams demonstrated a modern layered defense doctrine. India, in contrast, maintained a clean distinction. It avoided Pakistani civilian and military targets until provoked again. When Pakistan escalated on the nights of May 8 and 9, India retaliated not randomly but proportionately. Military radar systems, airfields, command centers and UAV hangars were precisely targeted. And no civilian casualties, no strategic overreach, just clarity in action. At 15:35 hours on May 10th, a message arrived via the hotline. The Pakistani DGMO requested a cessation of hostilities. India agreed, but within hours, Pakistan violated that understanding and cross-border shelling resumed. Drones reappeared. India responded yet again. This brings us to an important question. Is this really a ceasefire or simply the eye of a storm? India's position remained unchanged. We did not seek escalation, but we will decisively neutralize any threat to our sovereignty. The Chief of Army Staff has now delegated full authority to ground commanders to act if provoked. The message is clear. If you cross the line, literally or figuratively, the response will be swift and fierce. Why is Pakistan escalating now? Internally, it's fractured. Politically, rudderless, economically unstable, and internationally isolated. The $2.3 billion IMF bailout was barely signed before missiles started flying. The military controls the economy, media, and the foreign policy, and war for them is a convenient distraction. India, on the other hand, has used the crisis to showcase decades of reform. From defense procurement to indigenous manufacturing, from DRDO's loitering munitions to anti-drone tech. This was the combat debut of Atmanirbharta. As one commentator rightly said, we didn't just hit back, we hit forward intelligently. India's strategic behavior in this conflict echoes the spirit of the Mahabharata. When Krishna counsels Arjuna before battle, he doesn't glorify violence, but he affirms the duty to act when dharma is violated. Yada yada hi dharmasya glani bharvit bharat abhyuthanem dharmasya tada atmanan sirja meamam. That translates to whenever there is a decline in righteousness and a rise of unrighteousness, I manifest myself to protect the good, destroy the wicked, and uphold dharma. That's the essence of Operation Sindoor. Not revenge, not escalation, but responsibility. And that's what India has demonstrated with measured, moral, and modern warfare. If you have been following our updates, you already know. At DOAP, we don't chase noise, we follow clarity, and we'll continue to bring you verified, thoughtful, and grounded updates. If this video helped you understand this moment better, consider subscribing and sharing. In a time of chaos, clarity is power. Until then, stay calm, stay informed, and always trust the strength of silence over the noise of provocation. Jai Hind.